A, B, C. A always B, B, C closing. Always be closing.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Another episode, Scare Money, Don't Make Money. Before we get started, don't forget to click the subscribe button here, there, anywhere. Click, get your little bing whenever we put a new episode up weekly. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, all the fun, cool apps. We are not on TikTok yet because Roy can't dance and y'all ain't worth these skills. So, as always, it's your boy Cam, your favorite recruiter's favorite recruiter, and we have
Your favorite. Well, you're not my favorite recruiter,
I
so
am your
I'm gonna just
favorite.
and your boy Roy, of course.
We're gonna start this off with lies, huh? And then we asked my boy Mark to be on the show today. I'm gonna let him introduce himself, do a little talk about him. We were on active duty together as recruiters, and he decided to exit the Air Force and follow his dream, which is really the reason I wanted him on the show. So, Mark, welcome, my man. Please drop a little knowledge on him about who you are, and we'll get started.
All right, what's going on, guys? Thanks a lot, Cam, Roy. Yeah, like Cam said, I used to do some recruiting with them, EALOHP, and yeah, man, I saw an opportunity a little while back, and got out the military, and currently following my dream right now, doing the fitness life, man. So yeah, man, glad to be here, dude.
So tell us about your company.
Yeah, so it's Elite Warrior Nation is the name of it, and what I do is I do personal training, online personal training, because what I found is it's not like the training aspect for a lot of people, it's the accountability. So if they have a personal trainer in their back pocket that they can call, they can message, they can FaceTime when they need to, they're more likely to succeed. So that's what I do, man. I got some clients and they send me pictures, photos, daily updates, meal plans, do all that good stuff, and mostly online. I do have a couple of people that come by the house. I got a nice little home gym going on, but most of it's going to be online. Yeah. And yeah, that's what I do, man. So got a website, elitewarriornation.com, Facebook page. Yeah, there's multiple ways to reach me. You can email me, you can FaceTime, you can, whatever you want to do. I'm definitely here to help it out. But yeah, man, it was scary jumping out. Like I said, I had an opportunity, man. I saw it, and I had an opportunity, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do it, and I did it, and I've been doing all right since, man. I mean, I was able to, it's scary, kind of like people are like, man, what are you doing, man? And especially when you're out, people are like, what'd you do? You got out after 12 years, and and I just, it works out. There's a life outside the military. Trust me. And I think the recruiting aspect kind of put me onto that, because when you're recruiting, you're nowhere near a base and you're living with civilians, you know what I mean?
Correct.
And I saw that and I was like, you know what, I can do this. I'm good. Especially the officer recruiting. I was like, man, I was dealing with all these jokers and they were doing all right. You know how that is, man. These
my God.
They just, and I'm like, man, these jokers, so it just turned me on to like, I can do this myself. And the Air Force paid for my bachelor's, master degree, and all that good stuff. I got my personal training cert and all that. And, I was like, you know what? If all these other clowns are doing it, what makes me any different? So, I mean, I'm doing all right, man. Bought a house, got a nice little thing going on in South Carolina currently. So, yeah.
And you guys are like a fitness family. Like like you said, I think you told me your wife works at the gym on base as well. So like you got, it's a family affair for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So she's a personal trainer at the gym, contracted there, works at the Y, contracted there. She works people here at home, and then yeah, we're all the same thing, man. Meal plans and yeah, it's a family thing, man.
Okay. Sure. So what did you start building your clientele what was, how far out were you said, oh, like this is what I'm doing, so I have to get to work? Because like I told you, I did the virtual call earlier, and a lot of people are confused by my LinkedIn profile. They're like, are you in the military? Do you do this podcast full time? Are you recruiting? Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, honestly, I'm doing all of it, because at what point do we just have to do one thing? And not only that, I'm 6 years from retirement. If I decide to get out at 20, I want to make sure I land on my feet. I don't want to decide 6 months out, oh, I'm going to do this with my life. Not to say there's anything wrong with that, but like as far as preparation is concerned, what did you do?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. About 3 months out before I knew I was going to be probably getting out of the military, I hired a coach, man. It sucked. Well, I would say it sucked.
No, yeah.
I hired a very high profile person. I don't want to like put his name on here. I don't want to get like,
no, it's fine.
But I paid like $10,000, man. Like no joke. For this it's like a business development coach for fitness specifically to brand stuff to get everything kind of in line. I wouldn't say to dummy it down, but to sort of make
to make it easy, streamline it for you.
Right. So I did all that, make some funnels, basically make all of the marketing work. So paid for some ads. And that's how I kind of built up the clientele. I mean, I was charged at the beginning. I mean, I got a few at the beginning. I was charging like $3,000 per package, and I was doing, so I made the money back.
Easy.
Yeah, you can do that, but you have to brand the product well, and you have to literally be that personal assistant to that person. And literally, that's what I still do. And I make them know that, hey, if they need anything, I'm there for them. So that's what separates me from a personal trainer at a gym. Like I said, anyone can say, okay, this is how you do a bench press, or this is how you do a squat.
Correct.
And once you leave, you can go eat McDonald's and nothing's gonna happen. You know what I mean? You don't know what happens later on. But in my line, I take care of them. So long story short, I hired a person, paid about $10,000. Obviously made the investment back in it. But yeah, just got like everything from contracts to lawyer to liability clauses to everything. To when I get a client, I could spit it out and make it complete, establish myself as a professional to them, and then roll forward with it. And it helped out. I thought about, at the beginning, I was like, man, $10,000, dude, like, get out of it. That's a stupid money. Like, no way. Like, I thought, it's dumb. I can do this. Yeah, like, what an idiot. But, when you spend that kind of money, I know it's crazy.
Idiot.
Dude. But I'll tell you this though, when you spend that kind of money, you are completely invested in it, because you just spent $1,000. You're like, dude, bro, I'm gonna go full blown.
Yes.
And that's kind of the way you got to roll it when you do the personal training. You can't be afraid to put out $2,000 programs, $3,000 programs.
Correct.
Because you know what I mean. It's gonna happen. You just have to find the right clientele.
Correct.
And that's the biggest thing. It's just finding the right clientele and doing doing what you're told to do. Because people don't buy the product; they buy you. They buy you as the trainer to help them get to where they want to be.
Correct.
But yeah, so it was kind of crazy. So, and when these people spend that amount of money, they're that more inclined to follow the program and to get the results. They don't want to burn $1,500 down the drain, or $2,000 down the drain. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But it's been going good even since COVID. Because people can't work out at gyms. A lot of people can, like, around the world. And this thing is nationwide. I mean, I've had clients from New Zealand, from Europe. I mean, because this is a worldwide thing. Facebook reaches everyone. Yeah. And so when you market an ad, it goes everywhere. So you got to pinpoint what you want, who you want, what age group, this and that. So it's kind of targeting ads as well too. But it works. You got to spend money to make money. That's the biggest thing. You have to. Yeah.
Like, were you doing like personal training before?
So pseudo personal training. So I'd always been like lifting. I've always been about it. And I was more of like, I knew what I was doing, but I was never certified in it. Now I'm completely certified in it to do it. So if somebody gets injured, obviously, not that I'm not liable, but obviously I have all the forms, medical releases, stuff like that. Before, it's just kind of like a hobby. Like at the station, I'd be like, yo, bro, you want to come work out? I'm going to show you how to work out. I'm going to show you what to do. I'm going to show you how to eat, show you what not to eat. But I would say I've been solid for about 10 years in it, since I started. I mean, first couple of years in the fire station, I started getting really into it, deployed, this and that. But yeah, I'd say that it was always there, but just background, not official personal training. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Gotcha. And that's a good point, because one of the things, especially as we've started to learn about recruiting and things like that, is what you just said, the whole invest in yourself. I think a lot of people don't. We're so frugal these days. Like, someone will go buy a PS5 for $600, but they won't. But instead of buying the PS5, but if you tell them to invest $500 in a program that will help, really help them, like you said, maybe establish something, or give them some type of guidance, a life coach, a daily coach, a mental health coach, something, something like that, especially right now with the COVID going on. Even somebody for $500 a month, they check, like you said, they check in on you. Maybe they do a 15-minute meditation session with you on a daily, something of that nature. People are like, oh, like you said, stupid money. Stupid money. And so, but in reality, like you said, you made your money back so fast. It was so worth it when push came to shove. And I think that's a great point to make early on in the episode is really about that kind of personal investment, you know.
Yeah.
The whole gas mask thing. It's not that's the catchphrase of the military right now. Is like you got to put your air mask on or your gas mask on before you can put somebody else's gas mask on.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it works though. So how did you? I like your the Elite Warrior page because you do like your posts every couple hours. Like you show us what you're eating. You show what you look like, your comparison. You was a skinny dude.
Yeah.
So how did that happen? So like you came in the military as fire, and then is that where like the transition turned into you really learning how to like exercise and lift weights and stuff?
Yeah, big time, man. Because I mean, I was a skinny dude, 145 pounds, 140.
He's a little guy. I thought I was little. I was like, oh, Mark was a little guy.
Yeah, and the tech school it's not that it was that rough, but it was. I mean, you got to wear all that gear.
Yeah.
You got to drag dummies.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to knuckle drag them. You got to big dead weight crawl through tunnels.
Yeah.
And being a little guy, I was kind of like, man, I don't want to do fire, man. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be a firefighter, man. I was like, I ain't gonna be going climbing up them ladders and like, no. But yeah, man, that's when it kind of started turning on to me. I think about 2 years in, I really got a grip for it, man. Especially when I deployed. When you get deployed, there ain't nothing to do but work out, you know?
Yeah.
And I was in like a fob, tiny fob, but thankfully our fire station had one like little Alaska tent, just nothing but weights. And dude, we just worked out, man. We ordered from bodybuilding.com.
Yeah.
We got swole, dude.
The Mecca.
Dude, oh yeah. Dude, it would take like 3 days to get to Afghanistan. I don't know how they did it, man. You get something from your wife, it take you 2 weeks. You order from bodybuilding.com, that takes like 3 days. Yeah, dude. When you see them boxes hit the damn box, oh, y'all so excited. Protein, all that crap. Stuff like you're buying stuff for no reason, but yeah, dude, that's when it got kind of, crazy. There's a lot of dudes out there, man, that the fire dudes I still talk to today that like we just got swole. I still connect with them online, and dude, it's cool, man. Yeah.
And then I didn't realize how hooked up the fire department is.
Oh, dude.
Like my buddy, my old neighbor was he was the assistant chief or whatever at the fire department in Biloxi, and they did like the fire day, firefighter day, and he, obviously we win. He's like, you want to actually like come in and like see the stuff? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, bruh, y'all living like kings in this mud. He's like, well, it's like we follow the national firefighter regulations where like you have to have a kitchen, like an industrial kitchen. You have to have a gym facility. Isn't it like you have to have a sauna too?
I mean, you should.
You would think they get everything.
Every single state I've been, yeah. I mean, we had a nice sauna at Langley, man. That thing was, man. We poured so much water on that joker, roasting there, dude. It was amazing.
So, what do you think? What do you believe so far with your transfer or not your transfer, but your separation or whatever? What's been the most difficult thing?
Dude, just not knowing, when you're in the military, you're used to a salary. You're used to the 1st and the 15th. You know what I mean? But I think I spent more money when I was in because I felt like, I know money's going to come back on the 1st. I know it's going to come back on the 15th. And what I've learned is you just got to stash it, man. So I've learned how to, if I make a lot of money one month, I just stash it because the next month, it's normally good each month, right? But you just never know that like that next month might be a little rough. So I always try to keep, I think that's the biggest thing is because at first I only had my TSP saved up, maybe I don't know how much it was, 10 or 15,000 or something. Yeah. And it was a good little cushion, but I just wanted to make sure I was good too. So now I kind of always keep like a 3-month supply. Like if I freaking completely get disabled, I can pay my bills for 3 months and then who knows, whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, I think that was the biggest thing. I think the weirdest thing, man, was when I got out, like for the first week, dude, it was just like, nobody was calling my phone. Nobody, in the military, it's like you got to tell everybody what you're doing. Like,
yeah.
I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that. Hey, I'm going on leave. Dude, I'm telling you, man. I had just bought a house and I'd just be sitting in it like, dude, what do I do, man? Like, I just like looking around, dude. Like, who do I call? Like, it was weird, man. But yeah, man, I think it just taught a lot of self-independence and it made you realize that if I don't work, I'm not going to eat. That's the basic thing. Like if I don't go to work, then I'm not gonna eat food. Like legitimately, in the military, at least you know you're on a 4 or 6 year contract. You're enlisted for 4. You know what I mean? You know that I got
Unless you
jobs.
do something super bad. Yeah, exactly. Like you're
Right.
still gonna get paid.
Yeah, you're gonna get paid
So
no matter what. Yeah.
so it's pretty much like that. That's you kind of took away your own safety net. Because a lot of times I think that's where a lot of complacency comes from as well. Because when you know you have something, like, I'll be okay. But when you got to do something,
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
and I
like you
feel like
said,
we lack that so much sometimes. Like that
Yeah.
real, like, yo, like this is on you, man. And I think, and it's funny because that's one of the things I like about recruiting. But that's just because that's how I think about it. Like I think me and Roy like that. We like that our success is based off of our actions.
Yeah.
Well, not him now. Now he's a flight chief, but is less direct. But not everybody thinks about it like that. And so I think you're right. It's like sometimes people, we got to show you like, yo, bro, if you don't do what you're supposed to be doing, you're not going to eat tomorrow. And I think that's another one of the things that we hope to show people through the show is, we have it very good, in the military, but when the time comes to get out, how prepared are you for that whole fight or flight?
Oh
Because
yeah.
it's going to get even worse than it is today. Like there's more and more people born every single day. There's less and less jobs every single day. So what are you doing now to set yourself apart when the time comes? I think I had someone hit me up for y'all know Prime America, right? The
hmm
insurance folks, like there's like a multi-level, like they sell life insurance and anyways, dude hit me up on LinkedIn. It was super nice. It was like, hey, I saw your profile, things look good, we should talk maybe for an opportunity. And I messaged him back and I said, look, I really appreciate it, but I'm gonna tell you straight up, when I exit the Air Force, I will not be working for anybody. I work for myself, or board of directors or something like that. But I'm not going to be searching for a job. but like I said, those are the steps I'm taking. Me and Roy are taking now. You took them 3 months out. I can't. That big money paid off,
Oh yeah.
and that's cool. So what are some of the? I mean, obviously you can't divulge the program things, but what are some of the things that you felt helped you the most when it came to the program that you chose?
Gosh, man, it's a hard one. I mean, it was just, it was a program to where obviously you stuck from start to finish type of thing. Like this week you're doing that, this next week you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of the legal things, as far as like how to make a contract, I don't think a binding contract, but you know what I mean, kind of like
no, for sure, yeah.
A contract, how to cover yourself, how to establish yourself from the get go as a professional with the person.
Correct.
How to your product, how to market it to the right person. It's just all of it together, and it was a very live. You'd have your live check-ins, you'd have your coach would be in your back pocket if you needed to, because it was a one main coach, and then you'd have like 5 or 6 under him that you can go through, kind of like a small chain.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's they would kind of give you the direction, like, hey, you need to do this today, and that today, and then you get it done and you let them know how it went.
Gotcha.
But it was good, man. It just kind of sets you up to where you kind of knew, like, dude, if you have all the tools and if you use them right, you're going to succeed. If you don't, you're not. It's just like recruiting. You can have everything there, but if you don't go out and do the zone posting and do the canvas, and you don't go to your schools, you ain't going to make your money. And it was just kind of establishing all of that, making you realize that you do have all your, a product to sell, your meal plan. Like they gave you everything you needed basically, to brand your own product. And yeah, I think it kind of makes you realize your own potential, because a lot of times we're just boxed in. We're kind of like I said, the military kind of kept me like that. Kind of like, dude, this is all you got. You're going to PCS in 2 or 3 years. You can't do so much because it's going to fizzle off,
Yeah.
And it kind of made me realize, like, dude, I can do
that's a good point. Yeah.
You know what I mean? The military kind of keeps you back into a small corner to where you're kind of like, you can only do so much, and then you got to roll.
And this one assignment, and then once you leave, it's like.
Yeah, so like you can't establish a business in your city because obviously, you're full-time military. You can't just be like, I'm gonna, open up on business right down the road. So it just kind of made me realize that, like, dude, a lot of people are doing this. A lot of people are making a living doing this. Like, you can do this too.
Correct.
And it's pretty fulfilling, you know, like I don't take anything for granted whatsoever, but it is kind of fulfilling, like to know that you're making your own money and you don't have to answer to anybody.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's still, like I said, I don't take anything for granted. I every day is a new day, and I start it off and I grind, you know, no matter what. I don't ever get into a place where I'm like happy. Like if I'm there, then that's when I feel like I'm gonna start drowning. So I'm always every day 100%, and every day is a new day. Every day I'm gonna kill. Every day I wake up like just get, you know, yoked in the gym before the day even starts. So I'm like, bam, like let's do this.
I'm gonna get super yoked.
You know what I mean? And I do, man. Like,
No, you do. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, damn. I know that ain't never happening. As I eat my cheeseburger, I'm like, yo, you good on me?
Yo.
and then 9 o'clock at night, he working out for the second time, eating ice cream. Good on you, Mark.
Hey, you know, hey.
I hit the like button. I'm like, I'll hit you up with a like.
Yeah.
While eating like some people kind of like adding whipped cream
I
actually
hit the like button with the back of my spoon.
Yeah, dude. No, but on some real stuff, like I believe that you have to start the day off uncomfortable. You have to start the day off doing something you don't want to do. Like you have to. Right. I don't ever hit the snooze button. When I hit that thing, when I hit the snooze button, I already lost. You know what I mean? Like I'm already like, okay, cool.
Ooh, I like that.
You're letting your mind.
That is.
That's gonna be the name of this episode.
Hey,
if you hit the snooze button, you already lost.
Heck yeah, man.
Yep. I like it.
I like it. I agree though. I'm gonna say I can't work out. I don't like working out in the afternoon. Like I have to start my, especially lately with, work and plus trying to push the podcast out, stuff like that. A lot of late nights, early mornings, but I have found that as I've gotten into my battle rhythm of making sure I get that workout in every day. You're right. It just, I was tired as hell before I did the workout. Now I'm just go. It's just it's definitely a mental clarity thing. It's my stress reliever. Mm-hmm. And so I feel you on that, especially the snooze thing. Because I'm not a snoozer either.
Because I'll tell you right now, like this morning, I'm not gonna lie, I hit the snooze button. I did hit the snooze. I hit it, but I know. I lost, but I won again when I got up and I went to the gym.
There you go.
And I wanted to go run. So it's
go.
See? Yeah.
But
and we have notifications too, so he's my accountability buddy.
Yes, we do. We do. Yes, exactly. So my question is, like, for you, with all the experience, like in the experience that you had in the military, because I really feel like just hearing your journey to get to where you are now, you learned a lot to get to where you are now. If you could take away the 3 big things that you learned from the military, probably like your recruiting time, being at the fire station, what would be the biggest takeaways for you that helped you get to where you are right now?
Shoot, man. The biggest thing I would say is gratitude, man. Don't just be grateful for everything you have, because it can be taken away at any given time. That's huge. And I would just say the nonstop grind, man. Like it really is a mindset, dude. Like being a firefighter, being in the recruiting and doing what I do now, just grinding every day. I want to do stuff that I'm not supposed to, like I don't feel comfortable doing. Like I always fight my mind. My mind might be like, this is a comfortable place. Let's do this. Let's chill. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna chill. No, I fight myself. I'm like, let's do something else. Like I don't like to ever be comfortable, because you can't trick yourself. You know what I mean? Your mind knows your deepest, darkest secrets. Your mind will know how to get you in a comfortable spot. Your mind knows everything. You can put out a facade and be this and that, but your mind knows. Your mind knows everything. Your mind knows all. So I battle my mind every day, and dude, exactly. Dude, I make it a daily mission just to just to be uncomfortable and do stuff just like I don't want to do. And that just kind of makes me a better person, makes me succeed and drive. And I think the biggest thing, man, is kind of like I mentioned earlier, that one of the biggest things is never be comfortable. Like I don't want to be a one-timer. I don't want to make $1 million and be like, okay, I'm cool, man, I'm chilling now. Like I want to make, I want to keep going more. I want to get higher and higher, just keep succeeding every day. Never rest on your laurels. You know what I mean? Just that's the biggest thing is to just that's what I strive for every day. Every day is a complete new day. And every day when I wake up, I'm like, this is a day that I create that I can have the creation from start to finish. I can eat like shit and I can be a slob, or I can eat healthy all day and get results that I want. You know what I mean? So like, I literally every morning I wake up, I already have my mindset for the whole day. You know, so I mean, I'd say the mind aspect, man, big time. You know, just
So what
yeah.
so speaking about the whole mind aspect of it, so do you do anything in particular to, I would say, get your mind right? So like for me, I think I told you is, or I think I told you, I know I told Roy, is that lately I've been trying to do 10 minutes of meditation every morning because my
Yeah.
mind moves so fast. My mind is everywhere at any given moment. If I don't do something in the first 3 minutes of me doing it, I'll forget about it. And then
Yeah.
obviously Adrian's yelling at me. And I'm like, you know how my mind works, woman? And so,
Yeah.
but I have found that when I do that, it just the slowing down really helps me throughout the rest of my day. Like, have you seen that movie Accepted? Where about like
Yeah.
that fake college that they make or whatever, and there's that
Yeah.
kid
Yeah.
who's like all over the place, like, hey, what's up, my name is, and then like towards the end of the movie, he's like sitting in meditation pose for like 10 or an hour or whatever have you. Like, I feel like that
Yeah.
kid when I sit down and I meditate, and I feel like it has definitely helped my mental health recently to not only just get throughout the day, but just in general, just to be a little bit calmer and more focused.
Yeah. Yeah, I do some meditation. I wouldn't say every day. I just whenever I feel a little bit a little wired or grind. You know, you start feeling
Yeah,
that like kind of like I'm a
yeah,
little like
yeah,
stressed out.
yeah,
It helps out big time, dude. I used to do yoga. I did yoga for about a month straight. That stuff was crazy. You know, they put the music on. You got the little
yeah,
oils. It's
yeah.
basically like meditation with the mind a little bit.
You got your
Dude,
shirt off, your
oh,
abs is all.
no, man. But dude, it was good. It was legit, man. Like you don't even have to do the yoga, dude. The yoga instructor will be like, look, if you want to just lay there, you
Yeah,
can
just
lay.
like, yeah,
So you can just lay out and
yeah.
just like
What?
listen to the
I need to
sound.
go to that
Yeah.
yoga class. What yoga class that's at? Like, well, you said that.
He
Shoot,
said
that's the class
yoga,
I gotta go.
not
Yeah.
yogurt, Roy. Yoga.
Hey, I mean, all I heard was lay down and listen to music and just rest.
What is that
I'll
in
do
school?
it.
The number one. Everybody do the number one. Yoga.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't want to do shit else. I'll do the number one though, like a mug.
Uh-huh. Hey, yeah. Yeah, man.
So as far as the skills that you would say, I don't want to say you took away. I'm trying to think. What's the best way to phrase this? I don't know. I forgot. I lost it.
Attribute. Maybe like what were the key attributes that you learned from recruiting
Yes. Yeah. So
that
yeah.
helped
So
you?
so yeah. So I don't want to say. So you had the coaching program that you did, which obviously helped
Yeah.
probably magnify the things that you already kind of knew. What are some of the basic attributes and skills you really felt like were foundational for you to be successful in your path when you separated?
So personal people skills for sure, you know, because everyone gets into recruiting, nobody knows how to talk to people, nobody knows how to overcome stuff, PSS, all that nonsense, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what I mean? But that stuff kind of works, dude. It does, dude. Uh, yeah, dude. And then like, you know, when I did LO, dude, that kind of really opened my eyes, dude, because I was literally the only dude for the North and South Carolina region, and
Oh
they
yeah,
just left you alone.
oh
They're
yeah,
like,
he
hey
was
man,
busy.
give us 60 applicants every 6 months and we're cool. And so I
Yeah.
was running the whole damn program. I basically got my own flight chief, you know. My flight chief never messed with me because they're just kind of like, dude, you're doing good. Okay, I'll leave you alone.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
I liked it. But I think that personal like independence
Yeah.
and running the program by myself, doing all the stuff by myself, kind of made me really self-reliable. I knew I could do stuff for myself, and I knew how to talk to people. I could adjust my demeanor to there's a female trying to be like, oh, you know, this and that, or if it's a male like that, you know how you get the nerds and you get the jocks, then you get the,
Yeah.
you have to kind of match their energy almost when you're talking to them to
Correct.
get the process rolling correctly, or else you're gonna be talking to dude for an hour on the phone and not get nothing done.
Correct.
And so, and it was so remote, man. It was all phone calls, you know, because we're so spread out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that dude really opened my. I would say biggest time is the people skills, the personal skills, and you know when you're doing LO, you're always dealing, and even HP, you're dealing with officers, no mostly. You're dealing with your commander on a daily. You're literally in the same squadron, you're right next door to your commander. You're always walking up to him, hey sir, hey sir, hey sir, and you know just kind of opened my eyes just a little bit to more of a leadership role, and
Yeah.
just not that I wasn't a leader any before that, but
Yeah. They like autonomy skills.
yeah, dude, for sure, exactly, autonomy, and it was, I think that set the and fire was cool too, man, but I don't know, there was definitely some leadership learned there too. But fire is just kind of this weird thing, man. You live there at the station, you live with your
Yeah.
boys, 48 on, 48 off, you just work out. You do some leadership, you just run your truck, so I'll be the crew chief for the truck. So I'll be like,
Yeah.
yo, we're parking the truck here, doing this, give some line in it.
Yeah.
It wasn't as crazy as recruiting, man. I take my hats off to
Oh.
recruiting, man, because recruiting ain't no joke, dude. Recruiting is like, man, man, my head is like, like, I ain't gonna lie, man. I did it. I don't ever fail at what I do. So I was always silver badge every year, Olympiad, all that everyone gets, but it was just like, at what cost, man? I was killing myself.
It's mentally exhausting.
Dude, I was killing myself, dude. I was, sipping every night, drinking, everyone, you gotta, calm your nerves. I was like, dude, I gotta chill, dude. Like, it was a
Roy
good
likes
time,
martinis.
Yeah. Dude, yeah.
Hey,
but
don't
yeah.
get dirty.
But yeah, no regrets though. No regrets. But yeah, man. Definitely some leadership skills out of that, man. Big time. Yeah.
No, for sure. And I think, especially with pulling people over, I know me and Roy always talk about is, recruiting, civilian, military, whatever have you, like you said, in general, it's a hard thing. And very, very seldom do I feel, in Roy, I don't know if I'm pretty sure you feel the same way, but you can correct me, is unfortunately recruiting is one of those things where you can be good at it without being a talkative person or kind of a natural recruiter. But I don't feel like it's just one of those things where you have to have certain attributes, I think, to be really great at it and kind of sustain it, where it's not messing with you. Like, I know people who are great recruiters, but because it doesn't mesh with their natural personality, they have 10 times more stress than, say, someone like me, you, or Roy. Where I'm like, I don't know what, and I don't want to say, I don't know why you're stressed out, but I'm like, man, I get it, but then I leave and I'm like, man, that really sucks. Like that, it's probably just because of their personality,
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but there has been good out of it. Cause like you said, like we had a friend who was in our flight and he very introvert and, they put him in recruiting and I think one of the proudest moments me and Roy probably ever felt was when he came back from NCOA and he said, guys, I was the one who talked more than everybody else.
Damn.
We were like, oh my God, we're so proud of you.
And like jaws drop. I mean, but I think I would say, again, I always say it's a lot of self-reflection within the career field because you learn a lot about yourself. You don't realize how much you can talk. Like we all know like those people that talk, but then you don't realize like, damn, like I talk a lot.
I talk a lot.
Or like, yes, you do.
Talk a lot.
But it's okay though. But like you said, it matches, and there's so many things you gotta juggle. You gotta juggle learning how to manage yourself, the people that you gotta work with, things you gotta do, and then you gotta balance your mind. And it's just, I know I learned a lot about myself doing this job. I squirrel, like little balloon goes out, oh balloon. But it's just
get off my reminders.
Get off my reminders. But it's also one of those learning things as well. Like you just learn how to manage yourself. Like before recruiting, I didn't know how to manage myself. Now I do. And that's how, like building the business, like you said, working at the fire station, you didn't have the ability to have to manage yourself as thoroughly as you do. So leaving the fire station and going into recruiting, would you still have the fitness business? Maybe you would. Maybe you would.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point.
Manifest destiny.
But no, you're right with the time management. That definitely carried over into what I do now because you realize how much work you can get done in 2 or 3 hours. And before I was like in 2 or 3 hours, like, this and that. Now like, damn, in 2 or 3 hours I can do all of this, all of that. even recruiting, I can do 10 case files or, whatever you want. There's so many things 8 hours a day that if you pack those 8 hours full, like you can do a lot of shit. And so it's the same thing with here, what I do now. Like I know exactly, like I said, budget your time right. You put some work in, you're gonna get a lot out of it. I think that made me realize a lot too. Basically time management. It's so overplayed. People are cliche, time management, but it's true, man. I mean, when you realize and capitalize every hour of the day, from when you wake up, like I wake up at 5:30 every morning, and if I can capitalize every single hour between 5:30 and so I go to bed at 10 o'clock at night, I mean, I won the day. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. So I mean, I love it. So. The more you don't, the more you mess around and just waste hours. I mean, that's an hour you could have been doing this, or an hour you could have been making yourself better, whether it be meditation, whether it be, learning a new hobby or learning a new skill. I mean, every hour of the day, I try to not waste anything. Like every hour, I try to be doing something. You know what I mean? I don't like to chill.
Yeah, I saw a post on LinkedIn where I thrive in chaos. And I was like, I'm like, and my wife said, and Adrian says it all the time. She's like, she's like, you always got to have your hands in a million different pots. And I'm like, yeah, because I mean, you never know when that pot's going to disappear. I mean, and so, so question for you: what are some of the tools that you utilize now? Because like when we were recruiting, they give us all these things. So now that you're a civilian, what are some of the things that you're using? Do you, like me? I use the app, like that Calendly app that you booked for this. Like, I know you said you have a virtual assistant that helps with certain things.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, I've got it. I've been doing it not that long, but long enough to where it's all in my head now, dude. Like I know exactly every hour of the day is pretty much budgeted to whether I'm working out, whether I'm eating something, whether I'm messaging. As it goes through the day, now I'm going on Facebook and then I'm doing this. Every hour is pretty, I think that's when I feel like I mastered it. Whenever I don't have to, I do use Calendly, obviously. I use a lot of the stuff like that. But whenever I can go on autopilot and know every hour of the day up until 10 o'clock that it is going to be full, that kind of makes it a lot more streamlined and efficient. But of course, there's some things, I put out small fires, people calling you like, hey man, I'm wondering about this, I'm wondering about that. And I do answer my phone for that.
Yeah.
But, it's, I just basically have it all in my head now. I just, and I kind of like, and recruiting does teach you that routine and autonomy, and, and I just kind of carried that over a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I used to write things down, recruiting, you write like a list of things you got to do down for the day and you scratch them out as you do it. And I used to do that a little bit around here with all my papers and stuff, but I got like a stack of stuff I used to be, but I've been doing it long enough to where I wanted to create a routine to create something that is efficient and just kind of keep rolling with it, man. My messenger was cool because basically I give him access to my Facebook, which is scary as hell because you get Facebook, you're like,
and that's your personal Facebook.
Personal Facebook. So I told him, bro, like, don't be jacking my stuff. I saved all my pictures and everything just in case, like, everything. Like, I saved everything.
Hey, don't be messaging no girls, man.
Yeah, dude, I know, right? And I was like, this guy could, like, I don't know, steal my identity. Who knows?
Yeah.
But basically, he was doing all the messaging to people, doing all the cold messaging, kind of like cold calling, depending on, hitting out certain targets. And then, he'd hit 50, 60 a day, whatever it was, and he'd get 2 or 3 people that bite back. And he'd match them, and then once they matched them, it was just a process. And then basically, he'd close them out, be like, "Hey, we got this person. He's closed up. He wants to do the deal for $500 for a month or whatever it is." And then then the payment would come through PayPal, and then the client's information would come through my email, and then I would start off like, "Welcome in. Hey, what's going on? This and that." I would know a little background about him, how much he weighed, what he wants to weigh, what he eats, what he doesn't eat, his allergies, basically know everything about this person and just make it kind of streamlined, to make it. And it was worth it, man. $500, dude.
Hell yeah.
It was definitely, and he was a good dude, man. And I made sure he was legit. I had other trainers that are like high profile guys on Insta. And I'm like, hey man, you know this guy? And I'm like, oh man, yeah, dude, this guy's a hard worker. He'll do this, he'll do backflips for you.
Wow.
Okay, cool. I'm hiring this dude.
Yeah.
But,
Wow.
Yeah. So, I made sure I didn't just pick any dude, basically. And once you get into that space, dude, like I'm in that fitness space, man, there's so many people messaging me every day, like, hey man, you need help with this and that? I'm like, man, I got somebody.
Dude.
But like they're, trying to sell me. I mean, I get it. That's how they make their money. But I just let them know, like, I'm taken care of right now. I'm good to go. Maybe next time. Because they all have a program they're trying to sell. Hey, give me $2,000 and I'm gonna show you how to capitalize this or how to capitalize that. And I get it, I was there. So, but right now I'm kind of chilling. I don't need that at the moment, so I'm good, But they're out there, man. There's tons of people. I got like 1,000 people friend requests that I just left because if I deny them, they're just gonna send it again. Like, hey man, what's up? And they just send me all these random messages on Facebook, like, yo, I seen your profile. I work with fitness trainers and I want this and that. Which it's just it's kind of it is what I don't have time to answer them, but
it brings the people out.
Yeah, exactly. You got to do some cold stuff and that's how they make the money. They're gonna get a couple people that bite, but I already spent, my 10 grand. So I'm like, nah, man, you ain't getting no money from me.
Yeah, no.
I'm doing
stupid money.
Yeah, stupid, man.
Stupid money.
Stupid money. No, you're right though. I'm not, as I've continued to be consistent on LinkedIn, it's the same thing, man. I got every day. I get at least three to 10 messages about somebody who, hey, we want to help you do recruiter automation, or hey, we want, hey, we have a plan on how to streamline your applicant, pre-qualification, whatever, and I will never, like you said, I'll never hate on those people or I'll be there someday, and so granted, I don't have 1,000, but I always. I do my best to make it a point to always message them back and say, you know what, I do appreciate you reaching out to me, but I'm not interested. But like good luck to you in the future, because at the end of the day, they're still people, and I feel like sometimes you do hear people on other things who like get all shitty about it, where they're like, just stop being annoying, man. I'm like, look, man. Everybody just out here trying to make their money. You feel me? Like you don't know anybody's situation, what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? And luckily I haven't had anybody who got all crazy about it. We're like, are you sure? Like, because that's when I'm like, all right, look, bro, I didn't even have to message you back, but I did.
Sometimes they get like that though, man. I've had a lot of them get like that. Like,
I'm sure you have, yeah.
Like, I'm chilling, dude. Chill.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, that's dope though, because you're the first person we've talked to who is like us, who has used a virtual assistant. Everybody else we've talked to is 10, 15 year, 20-year veterans in the recruiting game, and stuff like that. So that's cool to really hear that you have used one and it went well, and things like that, because like you said, that in itself was also an investment in yourself. You're paying somebody to hopefully get you results, and that's a scary thing, because there are, like, there's horror stories out there.
Yeah, there is, man. Yeah, I would definitely recommend you check the dude out, make sure he's legit.
Definitely
ask him who he's done. Like, that's what I did. Like, who'd you do it for? Like, and how many follow. I definitely made, not to show a resume, but I just wanted to make sure, respectfully, obviously. Yeah. I'm like, hey man, not that I don't trust you, but I just want to see what you've done before, because I don't want to be his first dude, man. I'm like, yeah, come on, I'll give you $500, man, but I don't want it to just freaking go out the window. You know what I mean?
Well, there's no training. You're not hiring somebody to train them to do this. You're hiring, it's just like a company. I'm not hiring you so I can train you. I'm hiring you so you can do a job. So references are important in that aspect.
Man.
So as we transition kind of to the end of the show, two of the big questions that we do ask, and you kind of already answered them, but maybe this will be an opportunity after we've kind of had more conversation, is the first question is always, what is some of the best advice you think you can give to somebody who is, you're not in recruiting, but you are in a sales, like, personal brand type of environment? What are some of the things that you feel are most necessary to try and be successful in that space?
Don't worry about what everyone else is doing around you, and just focus on what you're doing. You might see other guys like really hitting it and succeeding, and you're like, damn, this sucks, man. Like, if only I was doing that, or dude, it messes with you. It messes with your head, dude. It brings you down. You're like, damn, dude, I can't. this guy's over here doing that, and this guy's over here doing this, and I'm over here not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Just focus on yourself and how you can propel yourself. Let everybody else eat too. You know, they want to eat, let them eat. But you have an opportunity to eat as well. So forget about it. Put the blinders on and go forward, man. Forget the noise, man. There's gonna be haters out there, man. People are not gonna believe in you. People, not, you know what I mean? You have to forget all that noise and get your sales, man. You have to go straight for the money. Not that that's all it's about, but when you're in sales, it kind of is, right? You gotta make money. That's you know what I mean? That's what the whole thing of sales is, making some dough. Yeah. Don't let the negativity get you, man, because, you know, your mind will play with you. Your mind, like I was telling you earlier, your mind knows all your secrets. It knows everything, your insecurities, it knows everything. So don't let your mind play games with you. You know what I mean? You got to be in charge of your mind and just go forward, man. You know, your mind, it's a war with your mind every day, dude. Don't let your mind play with you. That's what I would think.
Okay. And then the last one is, so you know, before we started talking, you said, like, how did this all come about? So what, in your mind, when you hear scare money don't make money, what does that, I know we didn't ask you last time, what does that bring to like your mind? Like if somebody said that phrase to you and said, Mark, tell us what that phrase means to you.
So if me just reading it off the top of my head, scare money, it means if you don't, it basically, I wouldn't say you got to spend money to make money, but that's kind of the first thing that goes to the head. But basically, anything that you hold back in the tank in your reserves and you're not going all the way out for, is just going to hurt you in the end. You gotta be willing to put the effort in to get something out of it. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like. You know, with scare money don't make money. You can't be making money while you're holding back everything. You know.
Oh, I promise you, like the responses just evolve over time.
I will say that, yeah, we've been very fortunate where there has not been any response that has been the same as the other.
Okay.
Yeah, like that's
and we're always afraid of that. We're like, what are they going to just say the same thing somebody else said? But that's so far we have been fortunate. Well, it's a hard phrase to, because, off top, it's just like, oh, well, obviously, like, if you're just scared to do stuff, like, nothing's ever going to happen. Well, we've been lucky enough where all of our guests have done a really great job of kind of elaborating it in their own way.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, just that elaboration of, like, that reservation of what you have in the tank, because
I like it.
Because I was just explaining that to somebody else. Like, when you can do it, but you're holding back for whatever reason. And that's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I like it.
I love that.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
Those are Roy's two main approval faces. The ooh and the. We're two.
Dang, I do that.
You do that. Anyways, but and then at the end, we always allow, like I told you before, we allow you to kind of just push your brand, man. Tell people where they can find you. Tell people, the services that you provide. And then, this is your time to really self-promote your business, because that's why we wanted you on the show, because we like what you're doing. And the floor is yours, sir.
Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, man, Mark, you can find me at Facebook. It's my name, Marc Proctor. My brand is Elite Warrior Nation. So I have an Elite Warrior Nation page. I have a website, elitewarriornation.com. I also have an Instagram, Elite Warrior Nation. But the easiest way is to put my name into the Facebook search bar, Marc Proctor. Look for that, right there, Mark with the C. You're going to see all my stuff, all my services. Easiest way to just DM me, man. Direct message me straight through Facebook Messenger. Hey, I'm looking for some help, and I'll get you that way. But yeah, man, all types of personal training, mental health, all that, whatever it may be, just to get you out of that rut and to get you those results that last. You know what I mean? Not, anyone can lose weight, 50 pounds, they're just going to gain right back if they don't have anything consistent that they can follow forever. So I give you get the training wheels on you, then I blow them off, and then, you got the rest of your life to, just keep going with it, But yeah, man, that's it right there, man. Just Elite Warrior Nation. I'm a personal trainer, fit coach, you name it. Just here for you in your back pocket, be your trainer and get you where you need to be, man. But yeah, look me up for sure.
And you wrote a book, and you have a book too.
Yes, I have a book. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. We got a book on Amazon.
I got a book.
Purchase.
Guys,
here we go. I got a book.
I got a book.
Yeah, it's called The Elite Warrior Diet. It is available on Amazon, PDF download or Kindle, either way. So yeah, it's on there. It's reasonably priced too, and it has everything you need: grocery list, everything you know, the mindset, everything, workouts in there, establishing your goals, your plans, everything you need in there. It's gold, man. It's enough to where it's not all the BS in there, like, oh, I'm gonna fluff it up and you know, put all this crap on it with cherry on top. It's basically everything you need to get yourself and succeed. So yeah, Amazon.com, The Elite Warrior Diet, and then it's by Marc Proctor, and yeah, you'll see it there, man. That'd be cool.
Roy, any parting words, sir?
I was gonna ask, can you eat vanilla ice cream in the book? Like, so I want to get the book, but can I eat vanilla ice cream?
You get a cheat day.
You get a cheat day, yeah, cheat meal.
You get a cheat day?
Meal. Sorry, not a cheat meal.
Yeah, you can
Boy,
do it. You
a
can do it.
cheat meal.
Well, shoot. Well, hey, y'all, go check out that book, y'all, because if you get a cheat day, I gotta have a cheat day. I gotta have a cheat day.
I will say one of the things I like most is, you know, me and Mark, before we got on the episode, you know, just to cut it off, is we talked about, because obviously I'm a bigger dude, and I have no dreams of ever having 6-pack abs, but I would like to be in better shape, like we talked about. And I remember I kind of told you some of the things I was doing, and I told you, I said, you know what, but these are sustainable for me. Eating a little bit of less carbs, eating a little less sugar. I cut drinking out for the most part. These are things that I can sustain. You know, completely going straight up like broccoli and chicken, that's not in my life, bro. And I really appreciated how you're like, then you know what, that's what you stick to. Then I want you do what you can sustain, because that's what matters.
Diet is a sustainable diet.
Correct.
That's it.
And you know, and that's not said enough, I think, when it comes to the just, I don't want to say fitness, but just the body health, like being healthier, you know. It doesn't take drastic changes. It just takes a little bit of ones, and over time, things compound just like money.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah.
So on that note, been another episode of Scare Money Don't Make Money. Mark, my dog, we appreciate you. Follow him on Facebook, Instagram, go to his website, buy his book. You can eat vanilla ice cream. And other than that, Roy.
As always, your boy. I had fun.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm listening. I'm just saying, like, you gotta like learning, like the evolution and that growth. You can't beat it. So check out the book. That's all I got.
All right, y'all. It's been another episode. We'll see y'all later.
Yeah.
Indulge and to learn about